bitch. Usyk, middleweight. You say you want the WBC, and it's held by gypsies. It is held by gypsies. It's held by the Gypsy King, and it's held tightly, grasped tight. And all road leads to a 7-foot behemoth that will absolutely destroy you, middleweight. Middleweight, you will get smashed to bits. You say you wanted to fight me after you beat the bodybuilder. Called me out on television. And now you're being a little bitch pussy boy. Running. Hiding. Saying you've got injuries. You ain't got no injuries. You had a sparring contest. Get out and fight in December. You let your mouth go. Now let's back it up. See if you can back it up, middleweight. Doesn't matter if it's December or April or August next year. The outcome will be the same. I will obliterate you. I'm a 7-foot, 20-stone behemoth. And I will destroy you, middleweight. Find your balls. Come see me. Bitch.
Ooh, what's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. Wow. You best believe your man, the YB, nipples was tingling after watching this one. I've been feeling, well, Tyson Fury's actions have made me feel a bit leave it towards him recently. You man know me. I was a bit of a Fury, not a Fury, I ain't gonna lie to you, I wasn't a Fury hater. I was too busy sucking AJ off. Bottom line, I was sucking AJ off. He a big fraud. He scammed me. And during that period, me and Fury didn't really see eye to eye. Yes, he had a bit leave it behaviours during that period too. But either way, the point is, people, back in April, he smoked Dillian White. And I feel like, in terms of how I felt about Fury, I was back on that vibe now. Do you know what I'm saying? Well, certainly into that build-up. Bear in mind that Dillian White was complaining about not being paid enough. He gets in there, gets chinned, and didn't do a lick. One of the worst fights. One of the worst heavyweight championship fights I've ever seen from a man who talks so much. Oh, my name Dillian. I'm the Brixton Bomber. You're the Brixton Bomber, bottom line. That's how Fury left you. After all that hype, after all them years, moaning about, oh, it's been 2,000 million days. Oh, I ain't got my shot. Fury ducking. Fury got no legs. Fury got no chin. Fury ducked I smoked Fury in sparring, and he's been ducking since. All that, he got chinned. Anyway, 2-2s. How I felt about Fury was at a peak then. Then since then, from my point of view, he completely fell off the wagon. Oh, I need to be paid £200 billion to fight, and I'm retired. I'm not. Just, in my opinion, disrespecting the game and disrespecting his legacy within the game. Bottom line, what makes a great fighter is not only what you do in the ring, but also what you do out of the ring. And I can't stand the whole money thing. Athletes these days, we all know you're paid. In my opinion, a lot of the time, overpaid too. We don't need to hear about how you need to be paid more. Do you know what I mean? Of all the people in the world, yeah, who might need to pay more, or for all the people in the world, yeah, who might have, or for all the people in the world who might want to get on the internet and complain about not being paid enough, I'm sorry. For me, boxers are definitely not one of them groups of people. Do you understand? So, I tell you all that to say, this right here, and I tweeted about it at the time a few days ago, this message from Fury here, yeah, is exactly what the people need. Yeah, we don't, just notice, he didn't mention money. He didn't mention, oh, I'm going to be retired if it's, you know what I mean? He was straight on it. He set the fact, honestly, I was gassed. This here is what we need to hear. I've been asking for it for a long time. Fury, tell us what you're going to do today. Don't tell us that you're retired. And again, if you're retired, be retired. But do you know what I'm saying? No one's come, oh, why? There was some goober in my comment section. Oh, YB, if he's retired, leave the man alone. Well, listen, if you're retired, drop the belt and sit down somewhere. What we ain't going to do is this whole on the fence. It's just cringy. You're the best heavyweight of this generation. Act like it. And this video here is exactly what we needed. Yeah? 7 foot. Oh, behemoth. I've been begging for someone. Look at AJ, the big bodybuilder. I've been begging, please bodybuilder, deal with the middleweight. He couldn't do it. He got filled in twice. Yeah? And then up until recently, up until really this last week, Fury's been acting weird. Oh, I need 500 million. Oh, I'm not even sure if I'm not retired yet. Acting sus. That led to people saying things like, oh, Fury's scared. I get it. I can't fathom how he could be scared, but I understand. I get that. Why is this man asking for 500 million against a dude who should be food? If anything, Fury should be saying, you know what, people, this fight's so easy, I'll do it for free. That's the kind of bars should be coming next. Yeah? But as far as this video goes, it has restored my faith. Now, knowing Fury, next week he's going to be back on the fight can't happen because I haven't been offered 400 million. I hope now he leaves. Listen, and to be fair, on TalkSport, forgot the guy's name now, Simon Jordan. It's a bit of a bellend, but still. Simon Jordan said, listen, Fury, we all know you're going to get paid handsomely. And that's the truth. The truth is, you're going to get paid handsomely. Arguably, really, even for Fury, arguably, he's going to make a lot more money than this fight's really worth, if you get what I'm saying. This guy, imagine, think of all the things people are doing to make money in the world here. I'm sorry, for Fury to make 60 million, I'm not hating, I'm just saying, trust me, you should be, you know what I mean, grateful for what you get. Because it will be a whole truckload of money. The last thing the public need at this time, or really any time, is to hear that you need to be paid more than the tens of millions you're already being paid. Now, on a more positive note, like I said, this video restored my faith. It had everything that we need to have. Yeah? He punked AJ off nicely. He said, listen AJ, unlike you, I'm gripping my belts tightly. Yeah? And I rate that, because guess what? In comparison, we've seen how AJ operates. AJ, I mean, can you imagine? Do you think Fury will be given his belt, touch wood, knowing him? But you know what I'm saying? Do you think, so far, yeah, do you think Fury going to be out there giving his middleweight his belt, trying to kiss him, trying to suck him off, doing all kind of madness? No. Yeah, he told him, listen, middleweight, I got the belts tightly gripped, and you're too small. I'm 700 pound, I'm 7 foot, 300 pound. I've heard Fury coming in 300 pound on principle. I'm hearing Fury coming in 320 pound, just on principle. Yeah, you're going in there, big as you like, and you're going to bash him all over, way all over him. Too big, too strong, Carl Froch. Yeah, too big, too strong, Carl Froch versus Triple G spot, too big. Simple as that. Yeah, this is what we need, and the great thing is I've got more videos coming soon. Usyk himself, I mean, I'm surprised, and this shows you how useless AJ really is, because all it took, even Usyk's coming out of his shell. So like I said, this shows you that how weird and gooberish AJ really is. I've been saying it for a long time. AJ loves money, yeah. If AJ and Eddie Hearn really understood business, they'd have told him, listen AJ, trying to suck everyone off is not marketable. No, who wants to see a big buff dude suck dudes off? Oh, I'm trying to be, my name Anthony Mandela Gandhi. And no one's trying to watch that. I don't sell pay-per-views. 2-2s, yeah? All of a sudden, no joke. All of a sudden, I ain't gonna lie to you. 2 weeks ago, Fury versus Usyk, I thought it was a small fight. But now, look, you got Fury mugging Usyk off, Usyk's clap back and proper going for it. This is what, honestly, I'm more, before I'd have told you, oh, this fight's kind of like a side event. It should have been Fury versus AJ. But now they've got going, yeah? If they maintain this, honestly, in the last few days, yeah, these two have been beefing. I'm actually gassed for this fight now. Because, ultimately, AJ and his dumbass team have always thought, oh, well, it's the quality of the product that will sell. Well, number one, your quality of your product sucks. Because you can't win a fight, and you ain't got no heart. But number two, the narrative. Part of the reason McGregor, even though he's useless in the ring, part of the reason his fights still do alright is because he manages the narrative outside the ring. That's something AJ has never done. And that's why there's two reasons he never broke onto that top level, Floyd level. Number one, he ain't no good in the ring. But number two, he never had the narrative. AJ got to where he got based on, well, fighting bums essentially. Fighting old bums. Bottom line. Because we know the minute he stepped up against someone decent and young, he lost. So his whole thing was built on beating old and bums. If you're old and you're a bum, AJ will beat you. If you're not, you know what I'm saying? 100. Anyway, listen. Fury and Usyk right now, they're getting into it. I love it as well. These words, just pure, like, got no respect, and rightfully so. Yeah, you are a middleweight and you'll be treated as such. And that's the thing, the great thing about this game is, if Usyk and his fans don't like that, they have 12 rounds to do something about it. Do you understand? That's the beauty of the game. Some other games, it's not one of them ones. Or most other sports, you can't actively, for example, if you're in a running race, you can't physically do something. If your opponent within a running race, yeah, is just quicker than you, there's nothing really you can do. But in boxing is one of the few games, yeah, where your actions can directly change the fight, if you get what I'm saying. For example, if you're in a running race and you're racing Usain Bolt, unless you can run 9.5, some people genetically will not have 9.5 in them, so you're never going to win. Whereas in boxing, you can, look at Usyk, for example. Usyk has none of the attributes to beat AJ, but yet, you know what I'm saying? He's able to, what you do directly impacts your opponent. AJ might be AJ at his absolute peak might be able to beat Usyk in 3 rounds, but guess what? He ain't doing that. And Usyk put them bits together and was able to change the outcome of the fight. Even though on paper, even though statistically, AJ should win every time, that shows you the magic of this particular game. And these two. So I say that to say, Fury's saying I'm 7 foot. I'm this at the other. You're a middleweight. Usyk, the way you clap him back, he's sounding like he want to do something. And that's what I love to see. Yeah? Some people for a long time, or myself, have thought, oh, I'm not too sure about Usyk. He seemed a bit quiet. And obviously, he don't speak English, which is obviously, I don't speak Ukrainian or whatever, so I wouldn't know where to start. But you think, oh, these guys are a bit boring. But honestly, again, it just shows you how boring. AJ is antimatter. Is the dude so boring? I never knew Usyk had jokes. All of a sudden, him and his team are out here clowning Fury. Yeah? Honestly, it's mad. I can't wait to cover the beats coming up. Anyway, 2-2s. Check this out. Fury, if you see this message, keep this up, man. This is what the people need right now, yeah, is entertainment. They don't need to hear about how much money you need. They don't need to hear about your fake retirement. They want to hear exactly this. And the crazy thing is, I remember back in 2014, yeah, when I was at the height of my Conor McGregor noshing. 2015. 2015, yeah, I was at the height of my Conor McGregor top giving. I used to top McGregor off 24 hours a day. And I'll be sitting there watching all of McGregor's interviews. And that's how you can tell something's magical, because recently, honestly, if there was sometimes, well, most of the time, when these guys are interviewed, yeah, there'll be like 5 interviews in one day. I'm going to be honest, in the last few weeks, yeah, I've missed quite a few Fury interviews, because it's kind of like, you've heard it all, ain't you? I want 500 million, and I haven't even watched them all. But now, in the last few days, yeah, when the Fury's been roasting Usyk, I've been watching them all. Even though essentially they're saying the same thing, I'm watching all of them. Yeah, it's got me excited. And the same can be said for Usyk. When Usyk's talking about AJ, I ain't trying to hear that, man, boring. Oh, AJ, you can come back. I ain't trying to hear that rubbish, man. I'm trying to hear about Usyk. Basically, Usyk's team said that AJ and Fury's... Well, basically, Fury said, yeah, that he might fight AJ anyway, even though AJ lost. And Usyk's team came through and said, listen, after we've dealt with you, AJ versus Fury will definitely happen, because it will be the battle of the losers. Do you know what I'm saying? Those are some fire bars. Yeah? And we didn't see any of that in the AJ fight. Do you know why? AJ was too busy trying to top the team off, rather than being on Gully Ting. I told you for a long time, AJ should have been on a Gully Ting. He should have been saying, and I'm being funny here, all the things here that Fury is saying is what I've been trying to say about AJ. That's what the universe has made. The universe is pretty simple, yeah? There's basic laws within the universe. One of the laws within the universe is that the big punk the weak, or the small. That's how it's meant to be. That's how it's meant to be. I've seen Rigondeaux, double Olympic gold medalist, go up 8 pounds versus Lomachenko and have to quit. Yeah, that's how bad he was schooled. Completely shut down because of 8 pounds. AJ goes in there, 25 pound deep, and he gets topped. And you hear Fury here. Fury saying and acting exactly how you should act. I'm just too big. Where's that? Well, show me it. In the fight, in both of them AJ fights versus Usyk, yeah. Show me where you saw AJ believe he was too big. Show me where you saw AJ believe he was too strong. Yeah? Show me where you saw AJ refused to give his belts up. And in fact, before I go, I do want to go through a few more of these quotes from Fury, because I've forgotten some of them. But let's rewind to play-by-play here still. Let's put this thing on. No doubt about it.
December
100%.
or April. Usyk, middleweight. You say you want the WBC, and it's held by gypsies. It is held by gypsies. It's held by the Gypsy King. And it's held tightly. Grasped tight. And all road leads to a 7-foot behemoth that will absolutely destroy you, middleweight. Middleweight, you will get smashed to bits. You say you wanted to fight me after you beat the bodybuilder. Called me out on television. And now you...
For me, it's the way the lyrics are just rolling off the tongue. Let's hear you, yeah. I'm sorry. RYB, you're sucking Fury off. Call it what you want, I don't care. Yeah? I'm happy to suck people off who deserve to be sucked off. This message here is a suckable awful message. 100%. Yeah? He outed his lyricking, the bodybuilder. Like, you don't even call him, and that's right, that's the truth. Truth is, I don't know who Anthony is. The bodybuilder. That's your name, the bodybuilder. Yeah, that's it. I don't know. Anthony who? Bodybuilder. That's it. Big facts. Yeah. I don't know about anything else. All we know is bodybuilder. All we know is, we don't know if your name is Anthony. We do know you pump weights 24/7 and you can't fight a lick. And that's why you call you the bodybuilder. Yeah. Usyk, when you beat the bodybuilder, you said you wanted some.
Be a little bitch pussy boy. Running. Hiding. Saying you've got injuries. You ain't got no injuries. You're a sparring contest.
God. Oh my. There's another bar there. Again, for you man who don't know, Fury said he wants to fight Usyk in December. Usyk since come out and said, I'm injured. So, I can't lie to you. It's kind of opened Usyk up for some smoke right now. And that's what you hear Fury say. Yeah, you injured for what? You had a spar, and it was a sparring session. That there, but probably, to be fair, back in these times, in 2022, that is probably more than a sparring session. But back in the 80s, yeah, that wouldn't even be a sparring session. I've seen Mike Tyson beat up his sparring partners worse than either of them two people, Usyk and AJ, took any licks. I've seen Mike Tyson in there clobbering his sparring partners. So don't tell me about it. That's not about sparring. It wasn't even a real sparring. To be quite frank, it looked like technical sparring to me. I'm sorry, it did. That fight, AJ versus Usyk 2 and 1, was technical sparring. It was not known. I've seen dudes get at it. I've seen people go harder in the Mayweather doghouse. God's honest truth. That was a technical sparring session. Oops. Yeah? And Fury calling a spade, injured for what? Equally, I mean, more realistically, whilst I appreciate the shit talking, I want me personally, I want Usyk to have no excuses, so I'm happy for him to take some time. Given his circumstances, I mean, 6 months, what's that? September, March makes sense. Fighting quicker than 6 months is quite unusual, especially these days. March does make more sense, to be honest with you. But anyway, nonetheless, the trash talk is appreciated. Yeah? The punkage. Listen, if someone gives you, if you call out an opponent, yeah, who says let's not forget, Usyk said he wanted it. So, from Fury's point of view, if Fury offers you a date that's sooner than you want it, that opens up some, wait there a minute, what, you don't want it as early as I want it? Yeah? Why are you know what I mean? That's a hole that's opened up. Yeah? Oh, you're scared. Oh, you need more time. Or you're nervous. Or you need more time to train. Oops. Or all of a sudden you're injured. Yeah? Why is that? Why is the first time we hear of your injury when I've put it on you? Oops. It's a bit like, imagine being in a club, yeah? Sticking it on someone. And they say, oh, can we do it next month? What? Oh, I'm injured. Oh, you know what I mean? Imagine having some beef and someone calls you out in the club, yeah? I want to smoke with you. And you put it on them and they say, oh, actually, I'm injured. And that's essentially what happened. Usyk put on Fury. Fury give him a date, and he said, oh, he need longer. He injured. If you was injured on that AJ versus Usyk night, you should have said, Fury, I want you after I've recovered from my injury. Oops. Yeah? Otherwise, you open yourself up to be punked like a hearing. No doubt.
Get out and fight in December. You let your mouth go. Oh. Now let's back it up. See if you can back it up middleweight.
Oh.
Doesn't matter if it's December or April or August next year. The outcome will be the same. I will obliterate you. I'm a 7-foot, 20-stone behemoth, and I will destroy you, middleweight. Find your balls. Come see me, bitch.
So there you go. I ain't gonna keep rambling too much, but listen, big man thing. This for me was just it was so invigorating. Yeah, it's so invigorating, especially after what we've seen. We've just seen one of the buffest dudes ever in the game go out like a wet fart. He went out super duper sad. Yeah, there's a saying, going out sad. I never really could put, I couldn't think of a physical representation of going out sad. AJ versus Usyk is a definition of going out sad. He went out super duper sad like a wet fart, didn't he? Let's be real now, because the thing about a wet fart is, a wet fart, it has that pop at the start, doesn't it? It pops. And that was AJ in round 9. A wet fart, it's like pop, and then it, you know what I mean? It lets it down at the end. Pop, and then AJ popped in round 9, and then went out sad. Yeah? That was it. To be quite frank, AJ would have looked better not even doing round 9. He'd have been better off just going in there and boxing the whole way. Truth be known. Because that round 9 showed how weak he really was. It showed he only has 1 round in him. If he can't get you out there in 1 round, he's done. And we saw it again in the Pulev fight. Old Lev. AJ versus 50-year-old Kurbrat Old Lev. Had 1 round in him and was gassed for 6 rounds. Shocking. Yeah. Meanwhile, Fury out here laying the law of the land. Too big, too strong. I'm a behemoth. Yeah. 7 foot. I'm coming in 300 pound on principle. Yeah. What are you going to do then? What are you going to do? You're going to fold. That's what you're going to do. AJ half folded you. Let's be real now. AJ and his slow ass hands and his slow ass feet and his slow ass IQ. He had to go in your half. Fury knows the thing. Fury actually has IQ in the game. He actually knows what's required. I'll be very surprised, yeah, if we see Fury flap it. I really will. I'll be very surprised if we see Fury in there trying to have a boxing match with Usyk. I really will. I'm sorry. Fury knows too much, I believe. He knows too much. And let's not forget, people, Fury set about Deontay Wilder, one of the biggest punchers of this, or certainly the biggest puncher of this generation. What do you think he's going to do with you? I'm sorry, I can't believe it. I can't believe that Fury can set about Wilder a few times, but then is going to somehow want to play tippy-tappy with Usyk. This really should be a demonstration. And that's why I'm so frustrated with AJ. This is one of the perfect fights. One of the few times as a big man you get to demonstrate what it means to be big. Do you understand? Like, look at Bivol versus Canelo. That was another demonstration of let's show the people why weight classes matter. Very few opportunities, especially in heavyweights, will you get an opportunity to show people why there's weight divisions. And I believe Fury will restore the balance. Yeah, Fury's going to remind everyone, oh yeah, that's why middleweight don't come up to heavyweight.